Okay, I got myself one of these chainsaw sharpeners, and this is an interesting one. It comes with a brake handle that clamps onto the teeth or onto the chain. Then you go around and pull it back to your appropriate tooth, clamp it, grind it, you're done. Okay? Of course that one was backwards, but you have an angle setting, which is extremely useful to get a nice accurate cut on your teeth. However, it's been modified. I took a diamond, quote unquote, blade, which is more than likely just carbide chips, okay, onto steel plate. But these things cut incredibly nice and smooth and well, and that's what we're going to use on this. So if you're thinking about buying one, I'm going to show you what it does after looking at the teeth, and we're going to go over them, and then I'm going to show you those same teeth again. Let's try it out. There's a chip out of that tooth. I hope you can see it well. We're going to try, there you go, you can see that chip. A whole chunk of tooth missing on that end. This is not the easiest thing I've ever recorded, but there you go, you can see it. There is a chip taken out of that point. Okay, the point is totally gone. And we're going to look at a couple of teeth, and then we're going to cut them. So there's another one that's all rounded over, and it does not look pretty. Okay, and we're going to show you, there you go, there's a good picture. See how it's wore out? It brushed up against something pretty hard. Okay, we're going to take a look at these three that I found were kind of the worst. See, I think there's one, there it is, one more. And I'll try to get that in focus. You can see it's all chewed up. And we're going to use our chain sharpener and then look at those same three teeth again and see what they look like. There's a good picture of it right there. It's chewed up pretty good. Okay, we're going to sharpen it and see what happens. The setup's pretty easy. You got to stop for your chain. Okay, there's an adjustment here to set this so that it cuts perfectly where you want to. Not too much, not too little, because you can really chew up a tooth fast, and that's not what you're looking for. So we'll get it set just right, and then we'll start chopping. I don't need to bore you with all. Okay, the way I set mine is just so it just barely catches one of the smaller teeth. Okay, and it'll just almost, I mean, you can hear it. It's hitting it, but it's not slicing into it. It's just, we just want to trim up the end. We don't want to take off a lot of the tooth. You'll have no chain in no time at all. So you're not trying to cut the chain, so to speak. You're only trying to dress the end, the sharp point. So you just want it to skim by, and then it's ready to cut. We're going to try one real quick. Loud noise, maybe. Uh-oh. Maybe I should put the power back on after working on it. But at least you know I'm safe. I unplugged it, huh? Right? Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to clamp it. We're back up against the stop. So it just barely goes by. Let's try cutting. I could go a little deeper down, so I'm going to set my stop on that. That's it. Move to the next one. Skip one. There you go. Clamp it. Remember, you're not trying to take off a lot of tooth, just trying to dress the end. And that's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Okay. Gotta get down in that gullet good. Make sure that you're in good shape. Skip one, go to the next. I think I was showing you that backwards earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But we're going to go this way. That's the way to do it. You may notice a modification. There's a magnet back there behind some electrical tape that catches all my grindings, or at least 80 or 90%, and that way I don't have stuff all over the place. That catches off a lot of it. So we're going to go ahead, set the angle the other way. Okay, and go ahead and do the other ones. Alright, maybe I can get this to stay in focus. That is the tooth that was chipped. It is no longer chipped. Yeah, I don't know how I got it that clear before. There, that's not too bad. It's an odd angle, so it looks weird, but I'm telling you, that's sharpened. Of course. Why did it work so good before? I don't know. Stupid camera. Let me see what I can do. Okay, maybe. The lighting was perfect till I turned it on. How stupid is this camera? Oh well. It's sharp. You can see it's sharp. Now there's a edge on it that you could feel, and that'll of course come right off as soon as you hit some wood with it. But it's sharp. It'll normally make a burr, and that's perfectly fine. But look how pointy that is. That's the one that was chipped. Okay, that's the one that was chipped. Let me see if I got any the other one's close. There's another one that was messed up bad, and of course you can't see it. See how pointy it is? See, there's a burr on it. You can feel it. Once that burr's gone, it's sharp. Believe you me, it is sharp. And I try to get down into the gullet so that I have a nice scoop. That's it. Now you've seen it. It works. You can see what I mean about getting down into the gullet. See if I find something pointy there. See what I mean about getting down in there deep? Okay. Normally that's rounded like a scoop because of a round file, but it's flat, but it's still angled, okay, and still quite sharp and useful. You can see the angle. See the angle there from the tip of this back, okay, and that's what you need. And you need to get down into the gullet a little bit, as much as you can, so you had a nice scoop. If you don't go down far enough, eventually it'll be up too high. So you need to have down low, not down into the rivet, just down low. Okay, right there. But there's your gullet. That thing is going to scoop up, and it is sharp, man. It is sharp. So the only other thing you have to worry about then is this raker, to make sure that it's down underneath the tip of that. And for right now, I don't have to do any adjustments. Even if you go straight across, it's down below it. So we're in good shape. That chain's ready to cut wood.